Hello, y'all. I'm here again with a little food for thought. These are just kind of some thoughts. Um, Things titled united that are not united shall not remain united. Um, or here's a rhetorical question: why does most of the nations, countries, governments, whatever you want to call them, within the United Nations, all still have their own personal military? Maybe it's not a rhetorical question. Let me go ahead and give you the answer. Because they don't trust each other. You know? How can they ever trust each other? I mean, yeah. So, yeah, this won't remain united, folks. I personally, I hear all this about New World Order. I've been hearing this ever since George Bush Sr., was in office, and he actually maybe even before that. But, New World Order doesn't bother me. Or the world order that we have right now, it sucks. So a new one might actually be better. Now, underneath the United Nations, not so much. That probably wouldn't really work out. And of course it wouldn't work out because, like I said, they're not actually united. They can't trust one another. So, you know, folks, everybody who's like worried about like Agenda 21 I hear about, or whatever that means, Agenda 2030 or some crap, the United Nations and this and that and New World Order and blah, blah, blah. It's all just like, it's ridiculous, folks. That won't ever happen. Now, how could this actually take place, and will it take place and whatnot? I mean, that's a whole nother subject. But what is not united but titled as united shall not remain united, because it's a lie. It never was united. So, um, you know, uh, together you stand, divided you fall. It's kind of like, wow, I could just dig into all things. Church and state, separation of church and state. Well, you guys divided each other. Now you're divided. So easily you shall be conquered. If I were to say, hey, yo, 22 moves from now on this, we're sitting here in front of the chessboard, me on one side, the United Nations on the other. 22 moves from now, check. And if I make one more move after that, checkmate. Well, no one's going to believe me, right? No one's going to believe me. But, so we'll just go ahead and have to move these chess pieces. And in the process, a lot of people will die. Unfortunately, and I hate to say it this way, my last video, pro-Christ, anti-Christ, riding the fence, blah, you might have to check that out. Anybody who's not just wholeheartedly anti-Christ, and those who are not wholeheartedly pro-Christ, these people that are riding the fence, they're going to get cut in half. It's the people riding the fence that are going to get cut in half, folks. I wish I could tell you it's something else, but, the herd is getting ready to get thinned out. I wish that that wasn't the case, but in the end, the percentage of people who follow Christ will actually be a higher percentage than it was before. See, like I've been trying to say, the more you fight something, the more you actually cause it. Like the book of Revelations might actually be proof of that. Like you guys haven't been able to divert from it because, well, you can't. Huh. Yeah, it's a losing hand for you guys. And like I said, I got the winning hand. I'm trying to be loving and I'm trying to be forgiving. But these days are coming to an end where soon I'm going to shame and embarrass and humiliate pretty much the entire planet. But if there's less people here, that'll make my job shorter. So, the longer I'm ignored, the worse it is for everybody else. And the longer I'm ignored, the better it is for me. I got so much to say, years and years and years worth of stuff to say, and I'm trying to just squeeze it into these short little videos because that's the best I can manage. The question would be is, Now, am I behind my Heavenly Father's hand of protection still? Or am I still hidden in the shadow of my Heavenly Father's hand of protection? Well, I know the answer to that. So do some other people know the answer to that. And it doesn't really matter the answer to that. Folks, I'm just going to keep shining the light onto the darkness and watching the darkness retreat until there's no more left. Christians have decided that this is where we are and that's where we are within the book of Revelations, and unfortunately a lot of them are speculating, and for anybody to definitively say the things that I've heard them say, it's sad, folks. Like, it's just sad everywhere. I'm trying to love y'all. I'm trying to love you. You know, when you lie, folks, you know, thou shalt not lie, one of the commandments, you kill brain cells. Every single time you lie, you're not as smart and not as smart and not as smart. And every time you don't lie, you become smarter and smarter and smarter. It kills brain cells, folks. You know, our Heavenly Father was trying to warn us, not just the trickle-down effect of what a white lie could end up getting somebody killed one day. You know, thou shalt not lie, because you don't know the trickle-down effect and the damaging effect that little lie or that big lie might have. And some people lie, they just don't care. In fact, they're doing it on purpose to hurt people. But they're hurting themselves. Yeah, trying to remember your lie and the reality of it. You're just becoming more and more stupid all the time. And practicing not lying will make you more and more intelligent. So, you know, where does that leave us? I guess it leaves us me making another video because I'm out of time.